Alrighty everyone, this is a long overdue video, but let's go ahead and get into it. Today we're going to be setting up this LinkedIn content automation playbook that I've been showing you all here, whether you've been on my streams or you've just connected with me in general. And what it will do is create automatic LinkedIn posts for me. So I'm going to head over to my, I'll go ahead and head over to my Content360 dashboard so you can see exactly how this content looks like and how you can get this automated yourself. So the cool thing is, with all these guides that I ever create for you all, you don't actually have to worry about trying to manually set it up normally yourself. You can simply just have your agent do it and do it together with your agent. And I'm going to show you exactly how you guys can do that. So you're going to get posts like this if you're uploading to Content360. Right? I'll get into that a little bit more details later. But you will get LinkedIn posts like this with the images, description, and also the hashtags for you on autopilot. And the value of this agent or this skill is the fact that you can automate your whole entire LinkedIn process. Besides just doing it generically, it's based off how successful your competitors are creating their LinkedIn content, and it has your personalized brand voice. Every single time that you read each of these responses or read each of these posts that the agent makes, if you personally do not feel, hey, this sounds like me, then you need to tweak it here. If you feel like, oh man, that's not something I would say, you need to tweak it here, but we'll get into all that fun stuff here. And I can show you all in my actual LinkedIn dashboard. As you can see, we built this about 2 weeks ago as of watching this video, and it has slowly skyrocketed our impressions. So imagine what our impressions are going to look like another month from now, 2 months from now, and we're posting this 5 times a day. All right, let's go ahead and get started with the fun stuff. I need to close out of here. All right, I'm going to show you guys exactly how this works, or I'll explain to you now exactly how this works. There is a couple platforms that we need. We're going to build this out with Antigravity. You can also do this with Claude Code or Codex, whatever AI builder that you're using. Okay, and we're going to need to utilize three different platforms to connect this. Kie.ai. Kie.ai is going to generate the images for us. You can also replace this with Google Gemini images. Then you're going to need Content360 or some type of scheduler. All right. With the magic behind this, automatic poster is the fact that it's pulling from what's already successful in the industry. But the cool thing is, you don't have to read through this whole entire 21-page guide in order to get this set up. You can actually build it out with your agent. So I have here in my prompt, I said, I want to set this LinkedIn content automation playbook up as a skill that we can utilize. Let's go ahead and go through each of the phase processes together on how we can build this. All right, I simply just uploaded this into Antigravity, the PDF into Antigravity, and I'm just gonna let my agent go ahead and read this here. All right, I'm gonna let it read through, and then I will be back on it. Okay, awesome. So here we have it with the agent, and the agent is asking us the first portion of the phase, which is the brainstorm. So who is this for? Is this for Godwin's personal LinkedIn page, or is it for our client account? Who is this for? I'm just gonna say this is for me. So this is for Godwin. He is the CEO of Firestart. He owns an AI automation agency called Firestart Agency. And then what are my 3 content pillars? 3 to 5 content pillars, okay? I want AI news, I want tool spotlights, I want hot takes, and then agency offers, and probably another AI news one for my content pillars. All right, next question. What are your preferred posting times? I want to post early in the morning, so 5 a.m., another set of time at 12 p.m., let's do another time at 3 p.m., and then one more time at 6 p.m., and let's go later down the night at 8 p.m. All right, you can have the agent decide on these times nonetheless. You can just say, hey, you can pick the times if you don't know which one to select. And it said, what fixed hashtags do we want? Okay, I'm going to provide some fixed hashtags. I'm going to say AI for business, all right? Hashtags, I'm going to just say, let me move this over, for fixed hashtags. And I'll actually grab it from one of my previous posts so I can just make it easier. Here, I can just copy these fixed hashtags. I have a couple of them, right? Here we go. Here's some fixed hashtag, AI agents, automation, AI for business, and business growth. Actually, I'll just use growth as one of them. right? Each of these hashtags should be targeting the people who are going to be interested in your services, not the people who are already in your industry. And I think that's a mistake a lot of people on LinkedIn make, is that they're posting to the people who are already in their industry. The only people who are going to be seeing your content is designers, okay? If you create designs or advertisements for a particular industry like healthcare, you should be having healthcare hashtags, not design hashtags, just because you are a designer yourself, if that makes sense. All right, so that's why I'm putting AI for business growth. These are most things business owners might be interested in, and you can always fix these and so more. Everyone's gonna have their own opinion on this. So how would you describe your voice and tone? Confident, direct, no fluff. So I want to be kind of no fluff. I don't want to be, I want to be more practitioner, not a guru. All right. And then finally, what should we never, we never want to avoid any type of, we want to avoid any type of cliches, any type of generic language, along with any type of robotic speech. All right. Those are the items that I need for phase one. And I'm going to just send this through. All right. And let the agent read through this here. Awesome. So now the agent has this here, and now it's ready to move over to phase two. And we can just read through there, and it's able to determine the items that we need for phase two, how it's going to set up the folder, so on and so forth. So I'm going to say, go ahead and complete the items for phase two. All right. So right now with phase two, it's going to go ahead and set up the workspace here. And right now it's trying to pull from my content automations. I'm just going to tell the agent, quick thing, you don't have to pull from my content automations here. I'm actually just making a YouTube video, so we're going to be setting this up fresh together. All right, I'm going to deny this, and I'm going to send this through. All right, so they're going to ask me where I want the folder to live. Awesome, awesome. I'm going to say I want to just call this LinkedIn content automation, or this skill, the LinkedIn content automation. And now it will go ahead and structure that folder for me. Okay, so right now the agent's almost finished with phase two. So what it needs from me is my Content360 API key along with my workspace UUID. So whatever scheduling tool that you're using, whether that's Loomly or Only Social, upload post, make sure that you provide your agent with those API keys here. So now it's finished with phase two, and now we need to get on to phase three, which is the competitor research. You need to paste about 15 to 20 LinkedIn posts from the creators who are already in my space. So what we're going to do here, I'm just going to do, I'm going to create another folder. I'll just create another folder here, and I'm just going to call it competitor research. Okay, I'll just create a folder called competitor research, and I'm just going to create a new file here, and I'm just going to call it LinkedIn competitor post. All right, and just for this demo here, right, .md, LinkedIn competitor post.md. Just for this example here, I'm just going to put like 5 posts just to make things a little bit simpler. And let's find some big people who are in my space. So one big person in our space is Nick Sarayev, right? He's big in our space. He makes very good content. So I'll see some of the posts that he's generated here, and I'll see which ones I really like in terms of the flow that he's provided, and then I'll paste them in here. All right, so what I went ahead and did, I just posted about 4 different posts from my competitors like Nick Sarayev, posts that I've made personally before, posts from Mark Kesheff and Nate Herc. They're big within the AI space, and I like the way that they make their content, and their LinkedIns are doing well in terms of interaction. So what I'm going to say is I went ahead and created a folder, or folder called competitor research, and I put my LinkedIn competitor post on there for you to analyze that. Go ahead and complete the items for phase 3 for once you have that, so we can move on to the next phase. I'm going to let the agent go through, and then once we can do that, we can look into completing the items for phase 4. All right, and I believe what we need to do for phase 4 here is, this is a different one. Let me see. Where is that folder? Here it is. Proposal agent. Where the brainstorm document. All right, LinkedIn automation. I believe it's this one. Oh, this is a content engine. Let me let the agent finish. All right, so the agent is creating the competitor post MD and the reference file for the voice guide MD. All of these will come together in order to create a comprehensive skill. By the way, this is the first time I'm recording general content like this, so if you all are enjoying it, if you're seeing this from YouTube or TikTok, make sure to like and share this with people who you might find relevant. Remember, you all can simply take this LinkedIn content playbook and build it out with your agent together. You don't have to try to read all of this and have the agent set things up. Look, it already has its AGENTS.md set up, so you don't have to worry about all of that stuff. That's already been done for you. Right, so it's doing this here, created the competitor post MD, the voice guide MD, all of that fun stuff. All right, we have in this assets here, we have the references, all that fun stuff here. Awesome, so it just finished the items for phase 3. I'm gonna go say, go ahead and complete the items for phase 4. And if you need me to update the ENV first, let me do that. And I think I probably should do that. So I need to update the ENV with my Content360 API key and my Kie.ai API key, and you can get them from both of those platforms respectively. I'll go ahead and do that here for myself. Okay, awesome. So the agent went ahead and completed the items for phase 5. I had to look through my other folder just to speed some things up here. And what I'm gonna say is go ahead and complete the items for phase 5. All right, so it's going to work on that there, and it's going to run each of the scripts and make sure everything is working. And while it's making that, it's going to be creating my post for tomorrow, which is amazing. And remember, the cool thing here, is that this is effectively it's self-fixing. Okay, oh, awesome! It already finished phase 5, and everything is working. So let's go ahead and complete the items for phase 6 and run your first post. And actually, I'm just going to tell it, create my post for tomorrow, which is going to be May 15th. All right, I'm going to let that through. And once that updates, I can check my Content360 dashboard here to see what's going to be posted. So I'll be able to see the new posts that the agent generates for us. Okay, awesome. So the agent is scheduling the items here. I'm going to reload my Content360 dashboard, and boom, look at these new posts that we have. All right, SAP and IBM just made major moves to yesterday, and neither one was subtle. And it goes through, and look, really nice visual for this here. And let's go ahead and check this one. Really cool visual for this one. It looks like a tablet screen. But nonetheless, this is good, and now this will be automatically posted for us here. So as you can see, the agent is creating all of the posts for me for tomorrow, simply from me referencing the skill. Every single, all of these playbooks that I ever provide for you, okay? They're there for you to set up with your agent. You don't have to read through this and try to figure out everything else here. You don't have to worry about that. They're there for you to set up with your agent, and it makes the process so much easier here. I got this done in less than maybe 15 minutes here, versus me trying to read through and determine what's happening. All right, awesome. Well, I hope you guys get a chance to check this out. Thank you, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.